Hello there and welcome. This is World News Program, streaming to you live on All 24 News. I'm your host, Kirin Zachary, and up next are the top stories. The 7th Gas Summit just wrapped up with a boom. They have given the green light to the Algiers Declaration securing sovereign rights over gas resources. Big win for global energy security and stability. Sustainability as well was highlighted. That's next. Also coming up, Algeria's president is rallying for stronger teamwork within the Gas Institute. They are all about dialogue for the future of natural gas. Plus, Algeria reaffirms commitment to serving the interests of producers and consumers alike. Also ahead, consensus is reached at the gas summit in Algeria with talks about market balance and ramping up investment to boost production. Algeria is getting some serious props internationally for its role in this success. And the gas summit in Algiers serves as a platform to advocate for the Palestinian cause and condemn ongoing Zionist crimes against the Palestinian people. Stay tuned, we've got the details right after the break. Well, hello again and welcome to the details. First off in our news, and coming from the Gas Exporting Countries Forum Summit in Algeria, chaired by President Abdelmajid Tebboune, the approval of the Algiers Declaration is big news. It secures member states' control over natural gas resources and strengthens the forum's global energy role. The declaration emphasizes effective resource management, dialogue between producers and consumers, and supports UN Sustainable Development Goals. It's a serious step towards a more sustainable energy future. President Abdelmajid Tebboune wraps up the 7th Gas Summit with a strong message. Algeria is all in committed to cooperation at the Gas Research Institute. He's talking renewed cooperation, dialogue, and making sure everyone's on the same page when it comes to sharing risks and benefits. Plus, he's stressing the vital role of long-term gas contracts to keep investment secure and protect everyone's interests.
إن الجزائر بصفتها الدولة المضيفة لمعهد البحث في الغاز وبالتعاون الوثيق مع المنتدى ملتزمة بالتعاون مع الدول الأعضاء في هذا المجال من أجل تعزيز مكانة الغاز كمورد صديق للبيئة ومستدام، لا سيما ونحن نقف على أعتاب عهد جديد حيث يمكن للتعاون المتجدد والحوار أن يساهم في رسم رؤية جماعية تكرس مبادئ تقاسم المخاطر والمنافع وأهمية عقود الغاز طويلة الأجل لضمان الاستثمار، وهي الرؤية التي من شأنها صون مصالح المنتجين والمستهلكين.
President Tebboune praised participants' contributions to the 7th Gas Exporting Countries Summit agenda, highlighting the declaration's importance in addressing current and future challenges.
نجدد دعوتنا إلى تعزيز الحوار والتعاون بين الدول الأعضاء من جهة وبين المصدرين والمستوردين من جهة أخرى لضمان إمدادات الغاز واستقرار السوق العالمية، وتلتزم بلادي بالعمل جنبا إلى جنب معكم جميعا لمستقبل مشترك وواعد لهذا المورد الطبيعي عبر توسيع وتكثيف التواصل والتشاور بين ومع الفاعلين، وكل يقين بأن نتائج هذه القمة ستساعدنا على المضي قدما نحو رؤيتنا المشتركة هذه.
President Abdelmajid Tebboune also reaffirmed members' commitment to strengthening the forum's role in regional and international dialogue, emphasizing member states' sovereignty over their gas resources.
لقد جددنا التزامنا بتعزيز مكانة منتدانا كمنبر للحوار والتعاون الإقليمي والدولي، بات يستقطب أعضاء جدد مع التأكيد على الحقوق السيادية لدول الأعضاء على مواردها من الغاز، ودورنا المحوري في دعم التنمية المستدامة والأمن الطاقوي العالمي بانسجام وتناسق مع أهداف الأمم المتحدة.
President Abdelmajid Tebboune highlighted the significance of the natural gas as a vital energy source for economic and social development during the 7th Summit of Gas Exporting Countries in Algeria. He emphasized the need for enhanced coordination and cooperation to affirm the value of gas in the ongoing energy transition.
والجزائر التي تدرك مع كافة الشركاء أن الغاز الطبيعي مصدر طاقة وفير وميسور التكلفة وصديقا للبيئة وداعما لتكامل مصادر الطاقة المتجددة، لطالما أيدت فكرة توسيع دور الغاز الطبيعي في التنمية المستدامة واستخدامه كمصدر نظيف مع الطاقات الجديدة والمتجددة. وإذا كنا نسعى جميعا إلى تدعيم التقدم التكنولوجي في هذا المجال والعقود طويلة الأجل والأسعار العادلة والسياسات التي تشجع على الاستثمار لتحديات في المجال الطاقوي، فإن التحديات اليوم تتطلب منا تعزيز الحوار والعمل المتعدد الأطراف الذي يؤدي إلى تحقيق الأهداف التي وضعناها عند تأسيس منتدانا هذا. وقمتنا هذه مناسبة هامة لتعميق التعاون من خلال تبادل وجهات النظر والتجارب والخبرات وتأسيس حوار استراتيجي بين مختلف الفاعلين في أسواق الغاز لرسم المسار المستقبلي لهذا المورد الطاقوي الحيوي في التنمية واستخدامه كوقود نظيف مع الطاقات المتجددة.
President Abdelmajid Tebboune urges foreign members to step up the dialogue and develop gas resources through Algeria's Gas Institute. Let's listen.
إن منتدى الدول المصدرة للغاز منصة للتعاون، وبصفتنا جميعا مؤيدين لهذا التوجه، يزداد حرصنا على الحوار ليصبح منتدانا طرفا يساهم في تعزيز مصالحنا المتبادلة وبناء إجماع حول الدور الحيوي للغاز في التنمية المستدامة وتحقيق رؤيتنا المشتركة، وهو ما يدعو إلى اتخاذ إجراءات ملموسة، حيث يجب أن نواصل تطوير موارد الغاز بالاستثمار المستمر والتعاون في التكنولوجيات والابتكار وتطوير تقنيات الاستخراج والتسويق، لا سيما من خلال معهد البحث في الغاز التابع لمنتدانا والذي تسعد الجزائر باحتضانه، ليكون إطاراً للتعاون العالمي والعلمي عبر تبادل المعلومات وتقاسم الخبرات والمهارات، وتطوير الشراكات مع مراكز البحث والجامعات في الدول الأعضاء والمراكز المماثلة في جميع أنحاء العالم.
The Algerian president reiterated commitment to collaborating with foreign members for a bright natural gas future.
إن ما حققناه اليوم معا نتائج طيبة، والتي توجت بإعلان الجزائر لم تكن لتتحقق لولا تفانيكم ومشاركتكم الصادقة في إثراء بنود أعمال هذه القمة ومساعدتي في إدارتها وإدارة جلستها. إن هذا الإعلان هو خطوة مهمة في استجابتنا للتحديات الراهنة والمستقبلية، تؤكد عزمنا الراسخ على توسيع استعمال الغاز بالكفاءة والاستدامة اللازمين في عالم تطبعه التغيرات المتسارعة.
President Abdelmajid Tebboune sees Algeria's summit as an opportunity for shared vision benefiting gas producers and consumers alike.
تشكل هذه القمة فرصة لرسم رؤية مشتركة للحفاظ على مصالح المنتجين والمستهلكين للغاز في آن واحد، وتعكس التزامنا بأهداف منتدى الدول المصدرة للغاز وتصميمنا على تعزيز دوره والتأكيد على مساهمته في أمن الطاقة العالمي، حيث يلعب الغاز الطبيعي دورا أساسيا في تحقيق التنمية المستدامة وتلبية الاحتياجات العالمية المتزايدة على الطاقة.
Let's turn to the report of Zahra Farjani now on the Gas Summit Exporting Countries Forum.
In a landmark move, the Gas Exporting Countries Forum wrapped up its 7th summit with the unanimous adoption of the Algiers Declaration. Hosted by Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune, the summit aimed to tackle pressing issues in global energy security and promote clean energy sources amid rising demand. President Tebboune underscored the declaration's importance, stressing Algeria's commitment to addressing present and future energy challenges.
إن هذا الإعلان هو خطوة مهمة في استجابتنا للتحديات الراهنة والمستقبلية، تؤكد عزمنا الراسخ على توسيع استعمال الغاز بالكفاءة والاستدامة اللازمين في عالم تطبعه التغيرات المتسارعة.
GECF members have reasserted their sovereign control over natural gas resources, emphasizing their steadfast dedication to the forum's goals. They have pledged to strengthen the forum's influence in advancing global energy security and sustainability.
Reaffirming the unwavering and enduring sovereign rights of member countries over the natural gas resources, our dedication to the objectives of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, and our resolute commitment to fortify the forum's role with a focus on enhancing its contributions to global energy security, equity, and sustainability.
A significant outcome of the summit was the expansion of the forum to include additional African members, namely Mozambique, Mauritania, and the Republic of Senegal, as observer countries.
The heads of state and government welcomed the accession of the Republic of Mozambique, the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, and the Republic of Senegal to the forum, reaffirming the GECF's collective pursuit of fostering energy cooperation and dialogue.
The Algiers Declaration highlights the key role of long-term gas contracts to sustain investments and balance producer-consumer interests. It aims to harmonize energy security, sustainable development, and environmental protection for future generations.
In a speech at the Algeria summit, Iranian President Raisi gives props to Algeria's leadership in the gas exporting countries forum and its effort in the global gas market. He's got big plans for Iran too, announcing a boost in gas production and offering support for market balance.
I
would like to congratulate Your Excellency for your president of the forum. And I thank the friendly Algerian government, as well as the hospitable Algerian people. We thank Algeria for having hosted this important event. Iran intends to increase its capacity to production of natural gas and its export, also ready to transform into an energy center, as well as guarantee safe transport and distribution from producers to different consumer markets.
For his part, Iraqi President Abdulatif Rashid gives a thumbs up to the gas exporting countries forum's push for stability for exporters and consumers alike. In the gas market, he showed gratitude to Algeria for boosting the 7th summit, calling it a global affair.
Allow me first and foremost to express my gratitude for your gracious invitation to participate in this significant global event. The pivotal role of gas in the energy sector extends both in the short and long term, not solely because it is the least polluting fuel, but due to its integrative and collaborative role with clean energy sources. This attributed to its operational flexibility in the power generation sector and its essential contribution to vital industries. The efficient energy generation technologies, such as power cycles with efficiency rates approaching 65%, and its role as a raw material for the petrochemical industries, underscored its indispensability on global scale. The current efforts of the gas exporting countries forum exemplify its active role in achieving stability that supports both producers and consumers. It further underscores its commitment to bolster the gas industry itself, acknowledging the substantial effort and funding required at both production and export levels. Recognizing this vital role served as a catalyst for Iraq to express its desire to join the forum as an observer, as a precursor to attaining active membership.
And Tunisian President Kais Saied praised Algeria's efforts too for steering the gas exporting countries forum towards success. President Saied emphasized commitment to strengthening Algerian-Tunisian relations, highlighting the importance of collective action in addressing energy sector challenges during his speech at the 7th Gas Exporting Countries Forum Summit.
Duty requires me, first of all, to turn to my dear brother, His Excellency President Abdelmajid Tebboune, with our sincere thanks and gratitude for this invitation that he addressed me with to be amongst you today in the 7th Summit of Gas Exporting Countries and to hail the efforts delivered whose proceedings would be culminated with success. The Forum of Gas Exporting Countries, which was founded in 2001 in Tehran, does not deviate from this context, linked to sovereignty over one of the most important natural resources, which is gas. It aims, as mentioned in the chart of the Foundation, at supporting the rights of sovereignty of member countries over their resources of this type of energy and their ability to plan for the independence in the rights of effective and sustainable development, taking into account environmental requirements and the use of natural gas for the profit of their populations.
وعلى استخدام الغاز البيئي لمصلحة شعوبها.
President Macky Sall also expressed gratitude to Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune for the invitation to the 7th Gas Exporting Countries Forum Summit. Sall also emphasized the gas's crucial role in the global economy, emphasizing the need for a fair energy transition.
Je vous remercie sincèrement, cher frère Président Abdelmajid Tebboune.
I express my sincere gratitude to President Abdelmajid Tebboune for the gracious invitation and the warm welcome extended to us during the 7th Gas Exporting Countries Forum. Natural gas stands as crucial energy source for the global economy. Consequently, it's imperative that we possess the appropriate equipment and strive toward achieving a fair transition in energy.
Mozambican President Filipe Nyuso rallies for stronger dialogue and coordination among gas-producing nations at the 7th Exporting Countries Forum Summit in Algiers. He underlined the necessity of collaboration to confront energy challenges and reach collective objectives in a bloc-dominated era. President Nyusi's message resonates, a call for unified action in the face of pressing global issues.
We are counting a lot on the future, and we must work hard to consolidate everything we have achieved to meet the challenges. We have become aware of the industrialization of African countries, including other ambitions to achieve adequate economic growth, and above all, not to use polluting products and resources, meaning carbon-free resources. Therefore, the world remains in transitional phase, which means that the world is in a state of transition from one stage to another, from a crisis to a more reassuring and secure phase.
And during the opening session of the 7th Gas Exporting Countries Forum Summit in Algeria, Libyan Presidential Council head Mohammed al-Menfi unveils ambitious plans. Libya aims to issue a new oil and gas exploration licenses this year to ramp up productivity. Additionally, al-Menfi highlights initiatives to develop shale gas reserves, emphasizing their potential to enhance natural gas utilization as clean energy source.
The Libyan government is considering launching major projects to increase natural gas production capacity. Technical and economic studies are currently underway to develop old shale gas reserves. As part of our contribution to enhancing energy security, we are seeking cooperations with our African brothers and friends in the Western Mediterranean to enable African producers to access global and European markets. Given Libya's geographical location and proximity to European markets, we express our willingness to discuss this matter in a way that serves the common interests of several producing and consuming countries and enhances the use of natural gas as a primary source of clean energy.
And at the same event, Bolivian President Luis Arce delivers a call to action, urging members to invest in expanding gas production capacities and signals interest in forging hydrocarbon agreements with Algeria.
Today, and in this context characterized by the challenges that we are facing, and which is considered a break with the previous considerations that the world lived, we hope to sign agreements with the Algerian government for energy, also between the Bolivian company and Sonatrach. We are sure that this rapprochement will give bases for the two countries, and so it will enhance the bilateral cooperation. And it also puts the sovereign interests of our production forward. Thus, the management will bring outcomes for the profit of our peoples.
The Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, doubles down on commitment to shared objectives laid out in the Algiers Declaration and previous agreements for sustainable growth among foreign nations. In a tweet, he extends gratitude to Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune for the invitation and praised the summit's organization.
Today, I participated in the 7th Summit of Gas Exporting Countries Forum in sisterly Algeria, which I thank for its good organization. We discussed the global prospects and challenges of this resource. Through Algeria's declaration and previous other declarations, we will continue to work on the common aspirations of our countries towards sustainable growth for the benefit of all. I thank my brother, President Abdelmadjid Tebboune, for the invitation and good reception.
Russian Energy Minister Nikolai Shulginov, speaking at the 7th Gas Exporting Countries Forum Summit in Algeria, emphasized Algeria's vital role in the global gas market and its significant contribution to global supply. He dismissed allegations that Western sanctions on Moscow have negatively impacted supply outcomes.
Algeria is considered one of the active members in serving the field and the global gas market, regardless of the sanctions imposed on Russia 2 years ago. However, Russia remains effectively serving this field and cooperating with member states and countries that are trying and seeking to maintain the stability of the global market for natural gas.
The 7th Summit of Gas Exporting Countries in Algeria becomes a stage to denounce the actions of the Zionist entity against civilians in the Gaza Strip. It strongly voices support for the Palestinian people's right to establish their independent state with Al-Quds al-Sharif as its capital. Here's Osama Ayati.
Leaders gathered at the 7th Gas Exporting Countries Forum Summit in Algeria stood firmly behind the Palestinian cause, condemning the ongoing suffering inflicted by the Zionist entity. Strong statements resonated as they voiced unwavering support for Gaza's people, led by Tunisian President Kais Saied and Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi. Together, they denounced what they described as the most horrific Zionist genocide in modern history.
وقوفنا الكامل مع شعبنا في فلسطين.
We affirm our total support with our people in Palestine, who are facing the occupying Zionist entity, who is perpetrating the most horrific massacres.
Amidst calls for an immediate ceasefire and the lifting of the Gaza blockade, leaders emphasized the urgency for holding occupying forces accountable for their crimes against Palestinian civilians. This unified stance underscores their deep concern for the security and stability in the Middle East in the face of Gaza's tragedy.
We still believe in the necessity of immediate ceasefire, with no conditions. Also the lifting of the blockade and the exceptional delivery of humanitarian aid. Thus we support any initiative in this aim. And after the cessation of fire, there must be a probe into the war crimes committed by the Israeli army.
Algeria's pivotal role in hosting the summit was noted by observers, highlighting the country's steadfast support for the Palestinian cause. Algeria's commitment to championing Palestinian rights in both regional and international arenas was underscored by the summit's significant focus on Gaza. This gathering marks yet another chapter in the ongoing advocacy for justice and peace in the region.
And away from the summit, let's catch up on more stories making headlines around the globe in the News in Brief.
A Russian drone strike on the Ukrainian port city Odessa overnight hit a high-rising building, killing 2 people. 8 others suffered injuries, and rescue personnel are actively searching through the debris, looking for any survivors.
The parliamentary elections in Iran concluded on Friday, with indications of a low voter turnout. An official report on Saturday suggested that the participation rate in these elections were approximately 40%, marking the lowest turnout since 1979.
19 people were injured after a driver crashed into a crowd waiting at a tram stop in Poland's northern city of Szczecin. According to media reports, 6 children were among 15 people hit at the stop, while further 4 were injured as the driver crashed into their cars while trying to flee the scene.
Southern Lake Tahoe is covered in snow on Friday as a blizzard hit Northern California. Blizzard warnings issued by the National Weather Service until Sunday covered various regions, including the popular winter destination of Greater Lake Tahoe, renowned for its ski tourism.
Well, we reached the end of our news. Thank you for tuning in to our channel, and until next time, take care.